Plainfield, Connecticut is a charter town. The very first charter was adopted in 1984. The original commission instructed the town to review the charter at least every 5 years. The charter has been revised 5 times. The Board of Selectmen, other boards and commissions, the town clerk, and the public may offer suggestions for charter revisions. On the November 2024 ballot, there will be 6 questions to answer regarding charter changes. Let's go over them one by one. Shall the annual operating budget, education budget, and capital budget be 3 separate items to vote and approve? And once approved, the specific item will not be voted on again.
If there is one of those questions that does not pass, then that's the only question that will go back to the voters. An example, if the Board of Education budget passes and the town budget fails, then you do not revisit the Board of Education budget. You just make an adjustment to the town budget and move forward from there.
The school budget and the town budget, if one's accepted, then it should be left alone and not have to go back and revisit it.
Shall the tax due dates be changed to quarterly, beginning the next fiscal year, if approved?
Currently, there's only 2 times you pay your taxes. You're splitting up the taxes into equal parts from July 1 to January 1. This way you're breaking it down so that there's 4 opportunities to make a payment. The payment is basically a breakdown divided by 4 versus 2, and it helps people because they're having a problem with paying their bills and getting the money up for it. So I think that's a very good decision to try to break this down into 4 equal payments.
Several people recommended the quarterly taxes. I'm really in favor of that. I know some people will pay them yearly like they do now. Some still will go with the January and July, which is fine. But those people who are struggling will be able to have 2 additional payments, which I think is really important.
Shall Section 75C be modified to include eligibility of an elector with any or no party affiliation to fill a vacancy on an appointed board or commission after 30 days of vacancy, if minority representation is not violated?
This is just for people who are on appointed boards and commissions, that you see that within the charter. Because we never want to violate the minority representation. You don't want to have all of one party or all of another party on a board or commission. You've had people who have stepped off of a board or commission, and then you can't find anybody of that party affiliation to fill that spot, but you still want to continue. This is important because now you can fill that vacancy after 30 days with someone who is of another party, again, as long as it doesn't violate minority representation.
Shall Section 4.1b be clarified for the election process of the 7th member of the Board of Finance?
The that you'll see in front of you would be something to very, very easily clarify what a 7th member is and when they come on and what cycle for the election cycle. So this is something, it's a documentation change. It makes it clearer for the public to read.
Shall the town clerk's 4-year elected term begin in January following the November election, as stated in Connecticut General Statute 9-189A?
Having the town clerk's term start in January it makes the most sense and would do Plainfield a world of justice when electing your next clerk. It's a world of information being thrown at you, and to not have that buffer time for the outgoing clerk to work with the incoming clerk and to teach them everything that they possibly can within that month and a half really does do your town a great deal of benefit moving forward.
Shall all annual town budget votes go to referendum for approval?
Every time, according to the charter, the way it stands right now, you have to go to a town meeting. You don't have to worry about, especially here at the town hall, going to find parking spaces, making sure the elderly have access in and out of the building, crowding into a auditorium and having lines out the door.
It will give more townspeople the chance to approve or disapprove of the budget. The selectmen have said we could go 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's at their discretion, and I believe anyone that's on an off shift will then get a better opportunity to vote for it. And as I said, all the votes should be yes on these charter questions. They're all very important, and they have a big benefit to the townspeople. All the charter revisions should be adopted. They are all benefits to this town.
If you have questions or would like more information on these charter revisions, check out the Town of Plainfield, Connecticut.org website, Facebook page, or visit the clerk's office.